In 2025, the PTE Core test has undergone a lot of changes. Most importantly, they're now using more advanced AI scoring system to accurately assess you. That means if you're taking the test in 2025, you'll want to follow through to the end of the video to see what has changed and how you, as a test taker, can advance your skills to get a higher mark. The new AI system is designed to improve its precision, fairness, and contextual understanding. So basically that means they are assessing how well do you understand English in a day-to-day scenario, rather than just using plug-and-play answers. No longer are we getting away with just copying and pasting key vocabulary and using good grammar. Now, to get a high mark, you must fully understand the passage or the audio and understand the context behind it, then summarize in some cases. The PTE Core test was only introduced to Canada in January of 2024, 1 year ago. It was officially recognized by the Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship of Canada. So before 2024, if you applied to Canada, you only had the option of IELTS or CELPIP. Now, we have the option for the PTE Core test, which has a lot of benefits. You can take the test online, it is more accurately assessed, and you get your results much faster. Now, the PTE Core test has had a year to upgrade its information, trial and error, and they noticed that the previous system focused mostly on grammar and vocabulary, and it wasn't doing a great job at understanding your real grasp of the language. Today, they have reduced a lot of its redundancy and biases presented in the test. One of the best features is that it also understands different pronunciation, accents, and it's less biased than it was previously. Now, although there are fewer questions, this means that you need to focus more on the question that is presented to you and how to answer it accurately in a very natural way. For example, in the reading section last year, they had 15 to 20 questions. Now, they only have 12 to 15. So you get more time to focus on your accuracy and your listening and reading abilities. The new system is also combining skills together. You'll notice in a lot of the sections, for example in speaking, you have to listen and then speak, or read a passage, then speak. This is trying to mimic a real-world scenario where you have to combine all of your English skills. While all of this sounds amazing, how are you, the test taker, going to prepare accurately for the 2025 PTE Core test? We're going to break down 3 of the most essential skills that you should be practicing this year to get a high CLB. Number 1, practicing paraphrasing for the meaning. Like we mentioned, we can no longer copy and paste keywords. You need to truly understand the meaning of the text or the audio. The upgraded AI scoring system is emphasizing the essence of the text or the audio rather than just keywords. So the tip here is to focus on rephrasing the sentence while retaining its original meaning. Paraphrasing skill will come in handy for sections like summarize a written text, describe an image in the speaking section, or summarize a spoken text in the listening section. So you can see that this skill crosses all different sections, and we need to practice it in a variety of different ways. Take, for example, this paraphrasing section. The original text would say something like this: deforestation in the Amazon contributes significantly to global carbon emissions by reducing the number of trees available to absorb carbon dioxide. What you should be doing first is understanding the context of this. We are talking about deforestation, and you could use a synonym to replace that. But this is very specific to the Amazon and how it reduces the carbon dioxide because of less trees. So in this passage, we're thinking about how less trees in the Amazon creates more carbon dioxide or carbon emissions because there are less trees to absorb that. In our paraphrasing, we could say something like, cutting down trees in the Amazon raises global carbon emissions because fewer trees absorb CO2. There are some synonyms, but the same idea is presented in the paraphrase. Okay, you can try this paraphrasing section. Try to think about how you would paraphrase this in a written or spoken way. Urbanization brings economic benefits by increasing job opportunities and fostering infrastructure development, but it often leads to overcrowding and strain on public resources. Right away, in this passage, you should notice that it's a pro and con statement. I saw that because of the word but. So they're talking about the benefits, but the drawbacks. Now you can summarize that by mixing the order of the information presented. How would you paraphrase it? A great example would be to say, while urbanization boosts the economy through job creation and improved infrastructure, it also causes overcrowding and puts pressure on public services. So this test taker has matched both the pro and con. They mentioned the same ideas about the economy, the jobs, the infrastructure, and also the public services, but they put it in a different order, and they still compared the benefits and the drawback. This would still get you a good mark for the PTE test. Number 2, we are listening for key ideas, not the small details. The new AI software prioritizes comprehension of the main ideas and not the memorization of the specific words. So what you should be doing as the test taker is practice identifying the speaker's main message and really just ignore all of the additional details that don't add to the context. This skill is practiced in many different sections, but most importantly, we're looking at the listening sections like summarizing the spoken text, multiple choice, and fill in the blank. But we do also see it in the speaking section where you have to retell a lecture. So now it's your turn to practice. Think about how you would summarize this section. The global economy has faced challenges due to rising energy costs, political instability, and supply chain disruptions. Here, we're looking for key pieces of information. There are challenges with the global economy. Good. And then we have 3 parts: energy, political, supply chain. You have to include those 3 sections because that's the main idea. So how would you summarize it? A great summary would simply consist of the economy is struggling because of energy costs, politics, and supply chain issues. It's short, simple, and sweet, but it captures all of the main ideas. And that's what the AI algorithm is really looking for. Tip number 3 is enhancing your vocabulary using synonyms. This strategy can be applied to all sections: reading, writing, summarizing, because when we are finding the key pieces of information, the main details, you are going to look for keywords, put it into your own words, and by doing that, we are using synonyms. The best way to practice here is to write down main adjectives, or nouns sometimes, but mostly adjectives, and then write down as many synonyms as you can think about. This will also help you when you're reading sections, because the better your vocabulary is, the more reading comprehension you have. Take, for example, the word important. It comes up a lot during the exam. We can use synonyms like crucial, significant, necessary, essential, pivotal, or substantial. All of these will help to show that you understand the meaning of the text. Or the word complete. It's a very simple word, but we have comprehensive, detailed, exhaustive, all-encompassing, thorough, and inclusive. So if you're not working on your vocabulary as you enter the PTE Core exam, I highly recommend that you run through lots of synonyms. This will be necessary in 2025 as it shows that you understand the true concept of the passage rather than just plug and play information. The final thing that test takers need to be thinking about as they enter the test in 2025 is to be practicing with real-world scenarios. This is not like the IELTS test. This is not like the CELPIP test, where you can just learn the format, learn strategies to answer your question like in my opinion, or in summary, or in conclusion. That's not enough for the PTE Core in 2025. By practicing real-world scenarios, you'll get a better feeling for understanding context, meaning, and being able to summarize that in your own words. The best way to do this is to watch a lot of videos like TED Talks, Khan Academy. These will help you to grasp English content and then practice summarizing that at home. You could share the video with a friend and tell them what happened in the video. like sharing this video and summarizing the 3 new skills we have to be practicing for the PTE Core. In addition, you can practice reading articles online, from the news, politics, or anything you find interesting. Try to grasp the meaning of it, and never copy and paste the information. Use your own words to summarize it. Keep in mind that the test is analyzing your overall English comprehension, and we'll see this in a lot of sections. For example, in the speaking section, we have respond to a question. Now, you have to listen to a speaker talk about something and then respond or give advice. So when you are practicing at home, be sure to integrate 2 or 3 sections of English into each practice. Therefore, you're really getting a true understanding of how to have communication in English. Now, in my opinion, the best part about the 2025 upgrade is that the AI software has been trained with a diverse database. This means it is recognizing different accents accurately. So if you come from a background with an Indian accent or Middle Eastern accent or anywhere else, the database is going to have a better time to recognize you. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't focus on pronunciation, but it means that you have a higher chance of getting a better CLB entering the test. Now, these are the top upgrades that have been made to the PTE Core test in 2025. If you are a test taker and you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help to promote our algorithm, and therefore we can produce more videos to help you ace this test. I'm Scott from HZad Education. I'll see you in the next video.